Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Law-splaining the Interwebs. I am your host, Nick Rekieta of Rekieta Law, a small law firm in central Minnesota. And guys, we have one of my favorite things to do tonight, and that is Ronversations, conversations with a lunatic, a legitimate monster of a human, an absolute idiot by any stretch of anyone's discerning. I don't know why he exists in the way he does. All I know is that he does exist in this way. So we are going to be exploring Ronversations tonight. I've got a good grip of material to go through. I just looked back, he's been talking to me since Sunday. So we've got 6 days of sporadic, sometimes furious, flurrying conversations. And it should be interesting. Oh my goodness. So let's address the elephant in the room, and I do not mean Monica. Let's address the elephant in the room. Last night was a disaster. A beautiful, wonderful disaster in my opinion, but nonetheless, last night was a disaster. Okay? And at the end of the show, I forgot to close out the stream. So even though I was not uploading any video to YouTube, I just forgot to close it out. Approximately 7,000 people sent me messages trying to let me know I was already unconscious and remained unconscious. In fact, I still have not ended that stream. YouTube ended it for me after, I believe their system says, after 6 hours of not actually having any information being uploaded to it, they go ahead and just shut it down to be safe. But in that time period, there were a significant amount of super chats that came in. A non-zero amount of super chats came in. And because of that, I want to make sure we address those. I do not, go ahead and let those go to waste. All super chats are read, comrade. They are. So, let's see. I've got it. I've got all of the super chats from last night. We will go through those in just a moment. First, before anything else, because you always lead with your mistakes. That is my policy, and I will not break that policy. So in just a moment, we will lead into those super chats. Okay? Before that happens, as we let people kind of filter in, I will preface the stream a couple ways here and talk about next week. Coronavirus is here, right? People are getting shut in and quarantined. What I had been kind of doing, I think some of you probably noticed, is that I was cutting back to 4 streams a week. Sometimes I was only getting 3 in because of various issues with my kids getting sick and all of that stuff, but that's all behind. Corona-chan is here. I don't have stuff to do in the morning. So, with that said, we will have streams every day, I believe. Unless something weird comes up, we will be having a stream every day. And I may do the 6 streams next week like we did this week. So, trying to contribute to you guys having stuff to do in the way that I can. Because I know many of you are locked down. And those of you who aren't locked down are probably doing a lot of driving because some of the essential jobs really are transport style jobs. So in either case, the option will be there, for you guys to hang out on live streams with me every night pretty much. So won't have one tomorrow unless something weird happens. But the rest of the time we'll be live streaming. I'm going to try and line up some guests. Trying to get patched up with a business owner who is suffering through the coronavirus by having his business shut down by the government forcibly, and how that is messing with his ability to do business. Because I think maybe that's something we need to explore. Like, what is the real impact of this stuff on real people? We will see what the DOJ does. I don't know if you guys saw, but they're requesting that Congress issue or sign a bill suspending, or they don't label it as suspending habeas corpus, but allowing indefinite detention of individuals without a trial, which is the suspension of habeas corpus, just in nicer words, that may, they hope, not infringe on the Constitution. But even if they do that, you won't have the ability to challenge it because the courts are closed. So depending on how they go ahead and do that, we may be talking about that. We may be talking about this stimulus money. We may be talking about, it really depends on what the government continues to do. If they roll out the National Guard, what the National Guard's roles are. Right now, the National Guard is out distributing food, but if the National Guard transitions into a police force, we may have to have conversations about what that looks like and the restrictions upon it. I think posse comitatus and is one of the rulings, and ex rel Milligan. I'm probably butchering those citations, but we've got some issues with deploying troops on U.S. soil for peacetime activities that kind of look like police actions. So we'll have to maybe just discuss that stuff. I don't know. It depends on what our government does. It depends on the guests I can line up. I'm going to try and line up that Second Amendment stream because I know a lot of you guys want to talk about David Lemp. I know we've got people who want to talk about Red Flag, and we've got the mayor of New Orleans and probably some other executives across the country discussing the taking of guns from people. So I am going to try and line that up if my proposed panelists have the time. I'm assuming a lot of people do, but I don't want to assume that they specifically do have the time. So if that can happen, it will. I will try and line up the Russell Greer stream as well. These are all things that have been on the back burner for too long, and we've got a lot of content to get out. So I'm going to try and get some of that content in during this quarantine, and make sure that there's plenty of stuff for you guys to watch from this channel if that's what you choose to do. Okay. So I'm on your side, y'all, and trying to do what I'm doing my part, trying to make sure that there's lots of stuff to watch, because who wants to watch all the Hollywood movies that are being released right to your living room when you could just watch YouTube? So let's take a look at yesterday's missed super chats because of my boomer self falling asleep. Oh, and I did talk to Mr. Birch. His router reset right at the end, so that's why he suddenly dropped out of the call. And we got everything kind of resolved before his router was back up. Loved having the big brain panels. I always say I want to do them more often, and I always feel like a jerk asking those guys to spend 4-5 hours of their time hanging out with me, because their time, I mean, these guys are practicing attorneys. Their time is extremely valuable, and I love the heck out of them for it, and I thank them very much, and I try to make it a fun show for us and for you, and I think we did okay. But I would love to do more of those shows, but I always am just conscious of other people's time, and because I know that, people come onto my show and it's a cost to them, so to speak, because they're, this is my show. Like, they don't ask me for money or anything. So I always appreciate people's time when they do that. Okay. Jim Cox says, this was yesterday. Stream dead, but we not. Last Vandalier says, Boomer, the stream was still live on our ends. You must have been wasted to shut down the stream. I plead the fifth on that. I was super composed and well in charge of my faculties. Ha 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 ha. Take care of yourself. This is my last super chat until this pandemic blows over. Much appreciated, buddy. I understand. Peace to you and yours. Hopefully you are safe and may you weather the storm very well. Romeo Garbo says, Boomer! Unbeknownst X says, better read this, Boomer. LMAO. I will. You will rarely find me not reading these. Romeo Garbo says, follow the leader. Wake up, gay boy. So I didn't wake up. Not until after the stream ended naturally. Rick Nikita says, very early and somewhat heterosexual. Now, don't go defaming me. Unbeknownst X says, in the dungeon sits a chaircoon, in darkness a computer just running with a chat in this space and time on the internet. Gentlemen, it was a pleasure. That's what happened. The chat was just going by itself. Skyheim says, Skyheim says, just woke and you're still on. Here's some coins, grifter. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So that should be the end of the super chats that came out. I think I read all of the Streamlabs chats as well. I hope so. So there we go. Made you 3 10-second videos on top of my channel. Want to click them? What? I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. But if you're getting skipping, it's got to be on your end. I have good bitrate and no drop frames on mine, so I hope that's not happening to you, but if it is, I apologize. I mean, I don't know why I'm apologizing. I didn't do it, but all right. Well, I suppose we can get started with this, and we'll see how far we get. Let me preface the Ronversations, because I assume, like a jerk, I impose my assumption on you. I assume you guys enjoy these Ronversation shows. That's why I do them. If I got the impression that people did not enjoy them, I would stop. But I think you guys enjoy them. And sometimes when I'm talking to Ron, I feel like we're just ping-ponging back and forth, right? Because he is, how do I put this? Not dynamic, not very smart. He's not very interesting. He thinks he's all of these things. Clearly, he's not. And that comes through. Well, I mean, that's my assessment. You guys can make your own assessment of the man. Don't take my word for it, right? Just read what he writes. Assess the interactions for yourself. Maybe you guys think he's a smarter guy in the conversation. That's fine too. I don't, but I'm a narcissist. So I always think that I'm smarter than at least Ron Toye. But I hope you understand that when it just kind of goes back and forth and some of the things kind of sound rehashed, I have a strategy for Ron. and I can only get back what I get back. So hopefully it doesn't ever feel too recycled or whatever. But you know, I'm always trying to get new information out of him. But I have a policy. I don't reach out to Ron. I let him reach out to me. Because I try not to interfere in this guy's life at all. I don't, you know, that's not my job, not my goal. But Anyway, so I hope this isn't ever too back and forth, and I hope it's always interesting. And if it isn't, make sure you guys let me know, okay? Because, like I said, if this ever becomes weird or old hat, I won't do them. I don't do a lot of recurring bit shows, right? Even the theme shows like Big Brain Panels and Chad Dad Chats and stuff like that, that's a theme, not a bit. This is a bit that is carried on. We're like the 6th or 7th Ronversations now. And it's great. It's a great bit. But if it ever gets stale, please be vocal about it. That being said, I do have to address one more thing. Ron was on and this will come up in the Ronversation, okay? Ron was on a YouTube show called like Real Estate Twins or something like that. Ron clearly is not sexually attracted to either of these women, because to be sexually attracted to twins is apparently aberrant and terrible. So Ron inherently thinks that both of these women are ugly and hideous, and he would never in a million years. And this is good for the women. I mean, thank God Ron is not sexually interested in them, because I would feel so awful for them. But I did get an email today. I got one email from a concerned person, and I have to be clear, this is the only person who has voiced this, but I felt like it deserved some voicing. Someone asked me if I saw what happened to this video, okay? And what happened to that video was it got downvoted into oblivion, and there were lots of very negative comments about Ron. Someone was concerned that there was some sort of brigading of Ron Toye going on. I know nothing about that. I don't believe I shared the video. I don't believe I ever told people to go do anything with the video or look at it. I know someone shared the video. Excuse me. I know someone shared the video. I believe it was covered on a live stream or something. I don't know who. I don't know how many. I don't really... It doesn't matter. My policy has always been not to interact with the cow, right? Like I don't, other than when he DMs me, I DM him back, right? A private conversation. I don't go out in public and track this guy down. So as for what happened to the video, I don't care either. Like, I didn't tell anybody to go brigade it, and I am certainly not going to tell the internet what to do or what not to do. That has long been my policy. Again, I will say what I do and don't do. You guys do what you do and don't do. If you want to take my example, take my example. If you don't, I can't stop you, and I wouldn't presume to try. I didn't put a downvote on the video. I didn't leave a comment on the video. All I did was looked at it. To be clear, I haven't watched the video, okay? I don't know what's in it other than, it auto played like the first 10 seconds and I hit pause. Didn't watch the video, didn't click the like or dislike, and I didn't leave a comment. I don't care about the video. So what other people did is up to them. My practice is simple. I don't interact in the public ways. What I do think is interesting is that Ron, as you'll see, is really, really pissed off that a bunch of people went on this video where he was and just shit all over him. He was really, really mad about it. And that's funny to me because it's such a hypocritical position, and it shows that he's yet again a liar. His deposition, he said he wouldn't care, but he cares. He cares a whole lot, and we'll find that out today. So, that's that. I do think people might not understand. I'm pretty sure Ron actually works for those women. They're not just like random people. They have some sort of relationship, professional relationship. So that's that's that. I don't know if they're trying to rehab his image. I don't know if they're like trying to help a brother out by putting him in a YouTube video with 400 views or whatever, 400 subscribers. But, yeah. Anyway, it's all been taken down now, which is also kind of funny. I mean, things can be funny. That's okay. That's a fine thing. Things can be funny. And, you know, So anyway, Takashi Taylor says he is a lone agent that works with them in the same corporation. Okay, there you go. And yeah, I know the video has been archived. It's out there. It's been archived. I believe it's on the farms. I don't know. Again, I haven't watched it. I don't know what's in it. It's not really my place. I don't care. But he does. He cares a lot. What a weirdo. What a liar. I wouldn't care if someone did this. Oh, okay. Sure. Let's see how much you don't care. Here's where we left off. March 5th, he left me with a smiley face. And then he started talking to me on Saturday at 11:24 p.m. And so we'll get into that. We do have some super chats to get out the way before we go. At Zuma99 says, take a shot every time Ron uses an emoji, says something dumber than usual, or tries to project him and Monica being horrible people onto you. I would die immediately. I can't. I have children. I have responsibilities. Speaking of which, we're going to change pace a little bit tonight. We're going to do some gin tonight. This is Fid Street Gin from Maui. And this is a great gin. Hey, what's up, Ken A? Hey, I got your message, buddy. We should try and talk tomorrow if that'll work for you. Didn't mean to ignore it. So here we go. I got this from the distillery the last time I was in Maui, which it sounds very, very snobbish. The last time I was in Maui, as if I go all the time. I don't. The last time I was in Hawaii was for HawaiiCon, but my wife and I had done a vacation to Maui a little bit before that. And just the two of us. And so we did some distillery tours and stuff. And had just a great time and found this gem. It's fantastic. Like drinking a flower garden. But no, I'm gonna take it light tonight. Yesterday was pretty heavy. Pretty heavy on the old lickery-doo. So we're gonna chill a little bit. RZEQDW says, I have officially recovered from whatever I was sick with. Did I survive the ravages of Corona-chan? We'll probably never know. Now that I'm back in the land of the living, I am once again very sad and lonely. How do I get laid during quarantine? You want me to get you hooked up with Phil? Dollhouse Phil? Because that's one way. That's something I was talking about with my co-lawyers last night. Is I'm not surprised at all that the Miami Spring Breakers were still out trying to get laid before everything got locked down. I don't know. How's my morning? My morning today was crazy, man. My morning today was crazy because I woke up earlier than normal and I was fully energized. I didn't have a headache. I didn't have a hangover. I should have probably, but I didn't. And it was very weird. This Corona stuff is messing up my whole life. Dex Terminax says, and for tonight's drinking game, 1. If Nick takes a drink of alcohol, drink. If Chair-kun has to make an appearance, finish your drink. For every new super lawyer tonight, 2 drinks. Cheers. Good luck. You'll need it. Zybera. says, hey, Nick, did you hear about Commissioner Omari Hardy of Lake Worth Beach yelling at the mayor in defense of not cutting people's power off? No, I have no idea what that's about. Pretty interesting. I did hear that the Pinellas County Sheriff yelled at Governor DeSantis for shutting down the beaches. Pretty interesting. And the Houston Chief of Police was arguing with the Harris County Sheriff over the release of jail inmates. No one knows what to do. No one knows what they're doing. Just remember that. No one does. Malik Foxon says, I look forward to the few times you go off on this simp. I'll be here yelling at my screen as Ron conveys to you his tism. Here's hoping Rekieta Media and EFAP collab soon. Gotta figure out something for y'all to talk about. That'd be fun. I'd like that. Perception Check says, I personally find these interesting because it further confirms my initial impression that Ron's one bad day away from causing serious injury or straight up murdering somebody in his vicinity. Oh, I think Ron is a very, very dangerous human. I personally would not want to be anywhere near this man, even if I wasn't me, right? If I knew what I know and was somebody else that Ron's never met, one of you guys, for example, that Ron has never met or interacted with, I would not want to be anywhere near this man. I think he's a danger to the people around him. I think he's maybe even a danger to himself. And he's certainly a danger to Lemoyne. Because, I mean, to be fair, breathing is dangerous for Lemoyne. White Crow says, of course you're smarter. Do you know how smart you have to be as an eel to learn how to speak? Thank you. Thank you. Sinria Sakari. Hey, man. How's it going, buddy? It's been a minute. I remember your name. Says, I finally make it a few minutes late and you're drinking gin. At least me and Woodford Reserve will celebrate my promotion to manager. Hey, congrats, buddy. Everybody's getting fired and you're getting promoted. That's the Chad move like no other. Well, let's get started. Let's get started. All right, so Ron starts here on March 14th, which was Saturday. A week ago, you know, still Saturday for my time. So a week ago, he just sends me this. Now, this is from someone who blocked me. I don't know what this tweet says. He sent it to me. Ron is that much of an idiot that he doesn't realize that all of his very, very super brave supporters have blocked either me or everybody that follows me, or both. Because they're all super brave and they definitely take dissenting opinions very well. They certainly don't want to live in a hug box. None of them want that. Now, granted, these people, even people who block me, will comment on my stuff damn near constantly. Like, they can't not do it. I don't know why. I don't know what compels them to follow something that they hate vociferously, but they do. They do. So Ron sent this to me as if I still don't know what it says. I don't believe. Yeah, I don't know if I think I could look it up in incognito mode. Maybe I should try that. Let me copy the link. Let me see if I could do that real quick. Oh, come on. Okay. Oh, damn it. Terrible. Let me do an incognito window on Brave here and see what we got. We'll look at it in real time. Where is it? Oh, okay. Here it is. Here's the very Chad move of Ron Toye. So here's what he sent. I think I did actually look this up. in the end. Unless he brings it up again. I don't remember. This is the clip of me watching Vic's deposition and Vic saying that he like was playing with Jamie Markey's hair. Okay. So and my reaction was, and I stand by this. Please don't say that you messed with her hair, because I'm still convinced that Vic has no idea if he touched Jamie Markey's hair. I bet he doesn't even remember what day this was. No one's ever told him what day it was. So I think the better answer was no. I didn't do that. I don't know. Or I don't recall. Or I don't believe that happened. Anything like that, because I don't know if it did. And I don't know if he knows that it did. But this is what he answered. Now, interestingly, we'll get to what makes that clip even funnier a little bit later. So remember what this tweet was about. He's going to bring it up again in a little bit, and we can talk about it further, because I talk about it to him. I'm not just going to talk to you guys about it. Hey, idiot. All your stupid friends have me blocked. Also, good lie about Vic's divorce being sealed. They weren't sealed. Make sure you wear a snorkel in the bathtub. Look, I wouldn't want Ron to drown in the bathtub, and I'm very concerned for his safety. The man's an idiot. The man's an idiot. You know what? A few months ago, they were. Nope. Ron. They weren't sealed. Because they don't get unsealed unless someone goes and files a motion to unseal them. Like, they don't just randomly, well, this divorce has sat around long enough, let's unseal it. You're such an idiot. A few months ago they were. Nope. They weren't sealed. They never were. Who lied to you, Ron? Did your attorney lie to you? Why? Could you just not afford the fee to get the documents? Somebody else did. It wouldn't allow a person to get them. Why were you trying? And how did you... Ron, you have a crack legal team of 3 dummies, and you, some random guy on Kiwi Farms was able to get those documents from the courthouse. But your crack legal team couldn't manage it? You could get these documents. All you had to do was, like, assuming you were just going to get them to use for the case, they could get these documents because a random person on Kiwi Farms was able to just go buy them. I think bought them online. Wasn't even hard. So on that point, you are correct. Not sealed now, but Chuck's wink. But Chuck's what? But Chuck's what? Nick, do you realize we asked every question in the deposition for a reason? Well, I hope so, you idiot. That's what depositions are for. If you didn't have a reason to ask the question and you paid your attorney to ask it, you're really stupid. I assume they weeded those out. Go back and watch it again, since we know Ty sent you the video. He admitted to sending me the video. You're not a detective, man. Of course he sent me the video. I said he sent me the video. He said he sent me the video. Interestingly, it's perfectly legal. Go back and watch it. Oh, wait, yeah. Despite the agreement in place. That agreement. Why don't you ask your lawyer why they didn't understand what they were agreeing to? Or did they? And you just don't. And let me know what question scares you the most. None. None of the questions scare me at all, you weirdo. What? Why does this... You'll see this theme. You'll see this theme throughout the entire chat with Ron. Ron thinks I am terrified of something. I don't know what it is. I have no idea what Ron thinks I'm terrified of that's happening. He thinks I am nervous and scared of something, which is why I still talk about all of this openly and laugh, is because I'm clearly terrified of what's going on. I have some ideas of what he might think, but my ideas are based on something that is not an irrational little elf. So I can't get into his brain to figure out what he thinks I'm scared of. And I want to know. I think that would be great. I think it'd be great to find it out. I wonder if Chuck is seeing that he was working with the wrong group of people and is now taking the right steps to build trust with his colleagues again. Wouldn't that be interesting? I don't know. Hey, Chuck Huber, would that be interesting? Remember, Chuck Huber told me he had nothing to do with the release of his documents. Ron seems to have an alternate theory, doesn't he? Kind of interesting. Hey, Chuck, if you're out there, buddy, why is Ron accusing you of doing this? Ron is accusing you, Chuck Huber, of doing this. With a knowing wink. Wouldn't that be interesting? Just admit you were wrong, Nick. It's okay. It happens to everyone. It takes a lot of guts to admit when you are and to take ownership, but it goes a long way to earning trust and rebuilding reputation. Kind of like how your abuse wasn't that bad, right? Right, Ron? That going a long way to rebuilding your reputation? Well, I didn't beat her. Yeah, you did. The court found that you did. Court found that you were going to do it again. Because you're a disgusting monster. You know what I've never done, Ron? Never struck a woman. That's just not. Except, that's not true. That's not true. I was in Taekwondo and I did sparring matches with women and men. And occasionally I would strike, the padding or whatever. We had pads on our feet and like you'd wear a chest pad. So I probably hit a female in a controlled sparring environment. Never have I hit an intimate partner. Like, that is insane. You're nasty. Nasty human. Adzuma99 says, so does anyone else want to slap the simp out of Ron in the same manner he probably did with his ex-wives? Proper timing on that one. Jason of the Great Awakening says, Ron thinks unsealing just requires lube. Oh, no. And then Perception Check says, he's projecting his fear and frustration of those deposition videos being exposed to the public. He's constantly whining about them being public despite wanting everything to be public. Yeah, I guess he forgot that whole thing. We want it all public. Full transparency. Okay, so here we go. Here's my response. Kind of like how you won't admit that you're an abusive pile of shit. Vic's divorce documents didn't magically unseal. The likely reason you thought they were sealed is because you were running on inbred levels of brain cells. Same reason you don't understand the language of that agreement. The real sad thing is that your lawyers didn't pay attention to the language. Wait, actually, I figured it out. Your lawyers actually did understand the agreement and tried explaining to you, but you're literally the stupidest person in the room. We want it all out there. Don't release these depositions. We look like dumb, vindictive assholes. Pick one, brainlet. This guy can't pick a narrative. Can't stick to one. So then he clipped my face. I don't know if he realizes this, but I'm on camera. Like 20 to 40 hours a week, depending on what I'm doing, right? Guesting on shows, doing my own show, recording short videos. I'm familiar that my face is on camera. I'm not sure what this is supposed to be, but that must be a moment that he enjoys masturbating to or something. Lol, triggered, are you? Literally, no, buddy. Not a chance. What about that screams triggered to you? I'm mocking you, you dummy. Remind me, who is pushing for confidentiality again? I don't know. They offered confidentiality. You guys said no. And they said, all right. You wanted no confidentiality. You said it to the judge. To protect the names of the ladies who wish to be protected from the trolls that would dox them. Here, this is amazing. This is an absolute, this is a lie. Flat out. Flat out. You did exactly that. You sent the video to your buddies. I sent that video to no one. You know how I know that video has not left my hands? You still, to this day, cannot watch those depositions without my commentary on it. Can't do it. It would take one hell of an editing job to get that to happen. Nobody's got it. Still just me. Because I am a capitalist pig dog extraordinaire. And you won't see them anywhere else. They're mine. So no, I didn't send them to my buddies. And they got the info out just like Ty wanted. No, actually, every single video that you can find has redacted, has bleeped out the names of every single person on there. Nowhere can you find a video where those names that are spoken at deposition are said. They're redacted. You know how I know that? Because the only copy of the videos that are out there are the ones from my live streams that are clipped. And in my live streams, every single person's name was redacted. So you can't accuse me of that, you lying little weasel. They happen to just submit affidavits, you dumbass. You put their names into the public. You did. You did that. You filed them in your documents, dummy. Did you ever go back to the audio and listen for the hot mic stuff from your family estate attorney? No. I still haven't. What do you think he says? Lol. I haven't shied away from answering questions. You just don't want to ask questions because you know it hurts your narrative. Remember this. Remember this. I have asked this little gnome, I don't know how many questions in this conversation. He's answered none of them. He shies away. Now, I don't answer his questions. I never said I would, and I never say that I do. I don't think he understands that. I have one purpose for conversing with Ron, and it's shift 4. That's my entire motivation. I don't want to and won't answer questions from Ron on the mere fact that it's funnier to not answer a single damn one. But I've also never said that I do, and I've never said that I will. So, there you go. But this guy consistently thinks he's answering questions. He doesn't. He doesn't do it. Let's see. Hurts my narrative. No, Ron, you don't. You don't answer the questions I do ask, and there isn't a narrative to have. There isn't a narrative. That's the weird thing. There isn't one. The people created a narrative. And they think I'm crafting one by saying, you're just not telling the truth. Like, me calling your narrative a lie isn't a narrative. It's just me calling your narrative a lie. It's not even a counter narrative. I'm not offering what Vic did when you lied about what he did. I'm just saying that it didn't do that. That didn't happen. No. Well, that's your narrative. No. It's just me saying yours isn't true. All right, anyway. The best you can do is throwing insults. They're the most fun, Ron. That is pitiful. Nick, how old are you? I'm older than you, you weirdo. I know you are afraid of what is coming. But the truth should be liberating unless you have something to hide. What? What truth? Ron, baby. Ron, baby. Let me talk to you about truth. You have an idea of what happened. I have never once confirmed your idea because your idea is not true or accurate or correct. I'm not scared of the truth coming out because your version of the truth is wrong. So what you think I'm scared of is just literally incorrect. But, you know, go ahead. Run with it. It doesn't bother me. The longer you run with it, the more likely it is that you'll do something really, really stupid. And that's fantastic. Let's see. I wonder what is going to happen when the Postal Service investigator locates the person responsible for mailing all those letters. I wonder who they will implicate. Me too. I would love to find out. Unfortunately, we never will. We'll never find out who it implicates. Ever. Because I'm pretty damn sure that no one's even looking. But you hold on to that one, Ron. This guy thinks I sent the letters. This guy thinks I went from Hawaii, where I broadcast a live stream from Hawaii to Florida to mail letters the next day. Ron, first of all, you don't get me. I have never tried to contact you in any way. Not in any... I haven't asked anybody to do anything ever. I don't care whether you live or die. Like, if you got Corona-chan and died tomorrow, I'd go, huh. Well, at least Monica won't be beat. Shit, I guess the world's a safer place. I don't care. I'm absolutely ambivalent to your well-being. Okay? That means that I don't wish harm on you, and I don't wish fortune on you. I don't wish anything on you. I don't care about you. The only time I think about you is when you actually interact with me, or when I'm laughing at your interactions with me. That's it. Outside of that, you don't enter into my daily thoughts. Sadly, I don't think the reverse of that is true. I think you spend a lot of time fixated on me, and that's just weird. But okay, I get it. That's fine. Ron, you're going to have to explain, if your theory is true, how I got from Hawaii to Florida with tickets from Hawaii to Minnesota. You're going to have to figure that out. I mean, you could, why don't you just subpoena Delta? Go subpoena Delta for every flight I've taken in the past 3 years. Just do it. See when I went to Florida to send those letters. See how that works out for you. This guy is so fucking dumb. I wonder what Chuck has to say about the tactics or communication between you all. I don't know. I don't know what Chuck has to say about it. Why do you keep bringing up Chuck, Ron? Why do you keep bringing Chuck into this? Does Chuck want to be in this? Chuck told me he's not really looking to be in this at all, and he swears he has nothing to do with it. Why are you trying to bring someone else into it, Ron? Why are you trying to ruin Chuck's life? Is this a lie or is this the truth? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I've reported on what Chuck told me. weird with the lawyers involved, right? It's actually not weird at all. I don't know if Ron understands this. Let me help you guys out. I don't know if you guys understand this either. Let's say you have 2 lawyers at a law firm, okay? Now, let's say one lawyer at a law firm is representing the plaintiff, and the defendant hires the other lawyer at the law firm. All right? Now, this would be a weird situation, okay? Plaintiff hires this one, defendant hires this one. So long as the defendant and the plaintiff are aware that those 2 lawyers are representing the other parties, and this is the same law firm, and they take steps to wall off the case from each other, right? Like, you can take technological steps to wall off the cases. And as long as there's adequate disclosure of what's going on, you can actually do this, right? Like, you can have 2 lawyers at the same firm working opposite sides of a case, and they're ethically obligated not to discuss that case with each other, and they have to show adequate precautions have been taken, and they have to get consent from their clients. What you're alleging is lower than that, but that's allowed under the rules. Why? Lawyers write the rules, Ron. Lawyers want to get paid. Lawyers need to have clients to get paid. They've created all sorts of ways for lawyers to still get clients in ways that some people might find weird. But if that can happen, whatever you think happened that's improper, you have to go back and consider the very real possibility that everything was just normal. But anyway, we don't know. I don't know what agreements exist. I don't know what disclosures happen. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer on the case. So anyway, why would someone want to hire a lawyer from the same law firm? I don't know. Maybe they know them. There's all sorts of reasons someone might do that. Maybe they already had that attorney, right? People do weird stuff. I wouldn't do it, but some people do. And there are steps you can take. Now, also, the definition of firm could be 2 separate law firms in the same building. That falls under the firm rules for ethics and for lawyers in Minnesota, right? A law firm on the 3rd floor and a law firm on the 4th floor. Those are one law firm under the ethics rules. And that just ensures that there is an adequate separation, because sometimes you have one law office with multiple independent lawyers acting as their own firm, but they might be on the same network and stuff like that. So the rules allow for all of this because the real world is a little bit complicated and lawyers operate in grayscale. We don't operate in black and white for these specific reasons. But that being said, until you can prove something different happened, we won't know. We won't know it all. So, so here we go. Are these topics some of the reasons you are acting nervous? We shall see. Am I nervous? What am I nervous about? How am I nervous? That's the thing. I don't understand what he thinks I'm like what I'm doing to make him feel like I'm nervous. I want to do more of that. So if you guys can identify what makes me nervous, please let me know so that I can figure out how to be more nervous. I want to know, I want to get Ron going. It makes me happy and very excited to know that he has ideas about my nerves. So let's see. Yes, I was a jerk in the past. Yes, I used anger to manipulate and control people. That was deplorable behavior, and people are free to hate me for it. Are they, Ron? I don't think you're comfortable with how many people hate you. But the people who know me now and have seen my development know the truth and respect the work I have put in. You didn't put in work, you weirdo. You read, look at you. You read bullshit like this and think that you're better. Let's see. Chapter 10. Look at this big chapter. All 1 3/4 pages. Visualize yourself succeeding. This is another strategy that at first glance may appear too simple to be effective, but it packs a powerful punch. Bullshit. It's just pop-sci garbage. It means nothing. Ron, you didn't get better, man. You need serious intervention. You need real counseling. You don't need self-help trash from the bargain bin at Barnes & Noble. You need a therapist. You need a licensed psychologist or psychiatrist. You may need to be medicated, man. You are a danger to people. Let's see. That is why I have custody of my son. Look, buddy, I've worked in the family law system. I never have faith in why someone has custody of anybody. A successful relationship. Guys, let's say you go buy a car. All right? You have a car. You buy the car and it's delivered to your house and it's sitting in the driveway. You have not taken a successful trip. Okay? You've not made a successful traveling in that car. You just bought a car and now it's sitting in your driveway. You have to actually drive it for it to be successful. I'll let you guys put those details together. Let's see. Friends and supporters who speak publicly about the transformation. Where's all that public speaking? Sure isn't much of it, Ron. In fact, the last public speaking you did got just yeeted off of YouTube with a minor amount of resistance. That's funny. That could have been Vic's reality. Oh my God. Look at this. This, no higher praise have I ever gotten from Ron than this. Here we are. That, brackets, Ron, could have been Vic's reality, but I screwed him over with my short-sighted tactics. Vic, you are welcome. Every bullet has been dodged. You are not Ron Toye. And if that's my fault, I will collect. I will collect on that. I'm suing Vic. He owes me. Oh my God. So when will you admit you were wrong? Man, if I did that for Vic, I am the best friend he's ever had. Like, there's no greater love I could give to my brother than to keep him from being you. Jesus. Will it be before or after he has to start writing checks? Never. Never. All right. I haven't sent the videos to anyone, you moron. Every video had the names redacted. Had the names redacted. Damn you, phone. People figured the names out when you dumbasses had them submit affidavits that were full of bullshit. Ron, I've asked you several questions and you've answered basically none of them. You shy away from all of them. You're a horrific liar. Yeah, I'm sure the postal inspector will get right on it. You're a fucking idiot and it's embarrassing. Tell me, Ron the genius, who sent the letters? I mean, clearly he has a theory, right? He has a theory on who sent the letters. Also, successful relationship. Fucking lol, forever engaged. What was really funny was the extreme disparate answers to how long you cretins have been engaged. Years of difference. Amazing. Wonder what else she doesn't tell you in your very successful relationship. Oh my God. Woo. Aw, Nick, are you super mad? What is the... Is it just... I don't know if it's... I don't want to insult anybody. is it like Asperger's where people don't understand or they can't, that's not right. People can't recognize the emotional response of someone else. Is that what it is? It Asperger's? Is it autism? Is it some other syndrome? I don't know. I'm not an expert, but there's something where like if someone laughs, you're like, oh, that guy's really angry. It's like, wait a minute, no. Just about anybody can realize that person's not. Ron has whatever that is, I'm not mad at all, friend. I'm laughing at you constantly. Do you need to go back and listen to your own words from when my deposition? It's nice having receipts. The level of your anger is a tell. 17-0, just a reminder. Ron, I don't know how to be angry at you. I really don't. Here, let's talk about that clip, though. You know what the funniest part of that... What's the funniest part of that deposition clip? It was so jarring because I played the videos out of order. Something, if you watch the videos, I actually do discuss. I played them out of order. So I hadn't seen the part right before that where he says he didn't pull her hair. Funny me having a funny reaction. Yeah, it's great. It was me boomering the order of the video playing that caused me to not see the first part of the answer where he took issue with the term pulling. Right? So then I hadn't seen that entire conversation and I just get dropped in at the part about where it happens where I'm like, please say you didn't do anything. He actually did say that earlier in the video. It gets played out of order on the streams. But, you know, egg on my face, boomer me, ruined that. And I created a funny moment for you guys. Enjoy it. You didn't use it in court very well. That's interesting. But okay. Okay. How many times does it have to be explained that Vic said that? Always one more, man. Always one more. Siren Jag, Lemoyne. I'm not going to represent nobody. This client has made sexual advances on me. He's misrepresenting his case. He told me if, in order to do a good job, I had to let him give me oral sex. Oh, okay, sorry. Too bad it isn't actually borne out that way in the deposition, or did your lung aids lawyer not tell you that? But remember, Ron, you answer questions. So who sent the letters, Ron? How many updates did USPS send you? Did they give you a case number? Remember, that was 5 months ago. How many answers do you have on this very critical death threat? It's something that we're not really discussing. We're discussing the letters being sent out because T. Greg was trying to clout chase himself or whatever he was doing. He's trying to raise some awareness, probably for his failing GoFundMe or whatever. So he brought up something that's 5 months old. But this has been around since October. I think it's September? September or October? It's September 5th or something like that the letters were allegedly mailed. I don't remember the exact dates. It might have been September 5th. Might have been October. All I know is I was in Hawaii like the day before or whatever. So, because I checked. Whatever date that was. It's been 5 months and we have nothing on this. They surely, it's a very serious death threat. They surely have updates from USPS. Why aren't they posting them? Why aren't they talking about it? Why hasn't anybody said anything about it? So anyway, here's a list of questions. Let's see how many he answers. Also, very nice of you dumb cockholes to publicize Huber's divorce documents. Grade A plan. Genius. Good job. Good job, you guys. Then he picked this. This is a funny screenshot of Ty. He should have added some text. Ron, make it a meme. Win with memes. You could have been funny, but you're just not. Instead, you just picked a funny screen grab of Ty. And the sad thing is someone else probably picked this screen grab, not even you. Lol, what about you going over mine while pushing the narrative no one can change? No. Ron, Bubby. Now, it's not that no one can change. It's that the evidence demonstrates you haven't. That's the scary thing about you, Ron. You haven't changed. You're still an abusive shithead. Remember this, Ron? That's you. Well, I mean, that's not really you. That's a dramatic reading of you. Threatening to murder a judge's child. You're still threatening and abusing people, Ron. You're still doing it. You just think because you're not wielding the remote that it's different. It's not. The behavior is the same. What's broken in your brain is the same. The fact that you're engaging in these conversations with me, buddy, you're trying. The only problem is you're failing because I'm an asshole. And it doesn't work on me. I'm not Monica. Why hasn't she married you, Ron? Always something coming up, right? Oh, gee. Can't get married now. Coronavirus. Fuck. Oh, gee. Can't get married. I have a convention that day. 5 years. 6 years now, Ron? Is it 6 years now? Something has come up every weekend for 6 years, Ron? Really? You buy that? Do you believe that something is just always happening? Monica is going to what? 15 conventions a year? That only leaves 35 other weekends per year. Broke college kids can get married in this country, Ron. People who can't book a bus ticket can throw together a wedding. You are two adults. Monica's well into her 70s, and you're just a spry, like, 34-year-old. You guys, you're professionals. You can work this out. Kids who can't make their scheduled classes can manage to get married. And you guys have had 6 years of failure at scheduling something. Anything. You clearly don't care if people show up. You could walk to a courthouse, get a marriage license on Wednesday, and get married by a justice of the peace on Friday, or Monday, or Tuesday, or Wednesday, or Thursday, or the next Friday. Anybody can do this. Ron, the dumbest people on earth can throw this together so they can have sex that night in Vegas and get divorced 2 days later when they wake up. Something's always coming up. You're just so busy, right? Damn. Yes, we do have all those things and get regular updates. Does that make you nervous? No. If someone sent you actual death threats, oh my God, put them in prison. I don't care. Nothing would make me happier than someone sending legitimate death. I don't know if they're legitimate death threats at all. Actually, I read them and most of them are not. But if they sent you a death threat, my God, yes, I want them in prison. I don't want anybody threatening anybody. I've said that from the get-go. Don't even talk to these people. Ask me a question. Let's see if you can do better than your amazing referral. According to all of your friends, there is no better referral because there's no case, right? So what are you even worried about? 17-0 out of lung aids lawyers. I like that better than 0-17 out of the dumbest lawyer in Texas. That's good for you, buddy. You paying your lung aids lawyer? How's he holding up during coronavirus? I'm worried for Lemoyne's safety. One, I don't want him to get corona. Two, I'm worried that he's not billing clients. Here we go. Look, here's me. He takes a picture of me. Look at me doing a convention. And he sent a smiley face. Is this supposed to be an insult? Like, here I am, Ron. Just an asshole on the internet. And here I am with a live appearance, contracted with a show. In anime. Never voiced an anime. Never written an anime. I don't work for an anime studio. For some ungodly reason, mostly your idiocy, I'm doing conventions that involve anime. So you can send me pictures of me doing... Look at this. Look at that. I've got a big ass tarp sitting on a table with my name on it. Why? I don't know. Never thought I'd be here. It's a weird place. But thank you. I don't see... Is this supposed to be an insult or a compliment? Nick lived to fucking wait my entire life, buddy. It doesn't matter. Here we go. Why would it make me nervous, Ron? Are you retarded? Genuinely, are you retarded? Who do you think sent the letters? I'll buy... That was on Monday at 1:06 a.m. And then a couple hours later, I sent him this. This is rude. I'll buy you this for Christmas if you promise not to hit any women with it. That's rude. Remote control flying smiley face emoji. Maybe you can leave a Yelp review complaining that it leaves bruises. Sorry. That was dickish of me. Actually, I'm not sorry. I'm lying. I'm lying. It's a lawyer habit. Not sorry about that at all. Kung Flu Panda says, Toye is projecting so hard, he could shove a USB stick up his ass and give a PowerPoint presentation. Fantastic. Fantastic. Oh, here we go. Here's the comeback. Here's that clapback. Thank you. That's about all you will be able to afford by Christmas. Oh my. You are very thoughtful. I imagine if you put as much thought into this case as you did my gift, you would have saved your buddy about $500,000. I'm not his lawyer. And it would be ethically problematic for me to give him advice on how to conduct the case. You weirdo, it's literally not up to me. All I did, I referred him to an attorney and I set up a GoFundMe. Those two things occurred. Whatever other fantasy you have, and stop fapping, Ron, you're gonna chafe. Whatever other fantasy you have didn't happen, buddy. It just didn't. Sorry. Was the clarity due to the timing of the secret sauce that fuels your super cool YouTube channel? I literally don't know what that means. If anybody can help me understand what that means, please do. Batgoat says, hey, Noodle Arms, can you catch this cash I throw at you? Not anymore. Maybe when I was just out of college and actually in some semblance of shape. Now I'm like Vince Vaughn, right? Fat, skinny, right? Skinny, but with zero muscle tone. Probably like 60% body fat. I don't even know. I'm like just a scrawny, completely weak idiot. Ever since I got my allergy, man. I was in some good shape when I ran a marathon. And the next year, got my allergy, just shit on my entire life. So, no, I haven't worked out in forever. It's sad. I'm going to start eventually. Maybe this summer. Maybe when Wu Flu ends. I don't know. But let's see. 17-0. 17-0. Like, again, Ron thinks he's competing with me on this. Here we go. Who sent the letter, Ron? What's your theory? Remember when you said just a day or two ago that you answer questions? I said about? That's weird. No answers yet. Who sent the letters? Ron clearly believes he knows who sent the letters, right? Like that much is plainly apparent. Ron believes he knows who sent the letters. We can see it. We can see it. But who is it? Why won't he just say it? If he thinks I sent the letters, who cares? You sent the letters. Okay. Say it. So-and-so sent the letters. Say it. Ron, you're just talking to me. It's just your thought on who sent the letters. I can't sue you for defamation if you're talking to me, you dumbass. Who do you think it is? Anyway, Walter Bonham says, have 2 shots for me since I don't drink. For successful surgery and recovery from cancer surgery. Thanks for helping keeping me positive. Up with your videos. You know what, buddy? I was going to hold off. No. Gin is not a proper. Well, what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Gin is not a proper answer. We're going to have some of this Highland Park 18-year. Look, a successful cancer surgery and recovery deserves a real drink. I'm not going to do it as a shot, though. Sorry, this is too good of a whiskey to do it as a shot, but cheers to you, my friend. You earned it. Freighter J says, when my friend died, you toasted him with gin. Damn it! Sorry. Gin, well, actually, no, I'm not sorry. Not sorry. For the dead, I think gin is an appropriate toast. Counterpoint. I will lawyer my way out of this. It's an apparent contradiction to you non-lawyers. But, oh my goodness. Look. Gin is the drink of the depressed. Gin is the drink of the oppressed. And death is both depressing and oppressive. So therefore, I justify my toasting of gin to your loss. And whiskey, especially a good whiskey, is the drink of life. The life to recovery, conquering cancer. Hope you don't die from coronavirus. There you go. There you go. Lawyered. Hashtag lawyered. All right. And then here's the interesting one. Or here's the follow-up. Are you suggesting I won't have more than $15 by Christmas, Ron? I thought I was a super trust fund baby. Pick a narrative, dummy. Also, hashtag thoughts and prayers for your half-lunged Quasimodo during a national respiratory outbreak. Fingers crossed he makes it. Look, I genuinely want Lemoyne to live. I don't want Lemoyne to die from coronavirus, and I'm worried about him. I'm gonna submit him to my prayer groups. God, it would be really unfortunate if he caught coronavirus. It would be, it would be a damn national tragedy. Like, legitimately, the coronavirus is killing the vulnerable. Lemoyne is firmly in that vulnerable camp. He should stay away from public places. He should shoot on sight. Anybody walks up to his house, he should be gunning them down. Man should live in a pill box. And not a box of pills. I think Monica might because she's still with Ron. But Lemoyne should live in an actual pill box with gun slits. And he should be exercising his right to stay away from everybody. Just terrifying. Oh my God. I want to point something out. Remember, guys, I am a trust fund baby. And I created because I'm so rich, I created a GoFundMe to give to someone else so that they would give me more rich. Don't forget that that's the prevailing theory of law Twitter. That I, being rich, created a GoFundMe to be more rich. Wait, no, to give away to make me more rich by bigger contributions that are discretionary. There you go. That's it. That's it. I'm going to create 7 more GoFundMes for Ty, because Ty told me every time I create a GoFundMe, my monthly distribution goes up 2 US stimuluses, right? So if I create a second GoFundMe for Ty, I'm going to get $2,400 more a month. Eat it. Eat it. If I create a third GoFundMe, $4,800. Watch out. Obviously, this is ridiculous. These people cannot read. These are allegedly lawyers and they cannot read a basic will. And the best thing is, the South Florida estate attorney who hates my guts, one on their side, guy thinks I'm a piece of shit. He went through that same will and said, we have no reason to believe that any of the things that these people are saying is accurate. He went through it. They pounced on the expert as hard as they possibly could and battered him into shutting up. But it's still there. I remember, I actually tweeted, thank you. Thank you for being fucking honest for just a moment. For just a moment. In his hatred of me, he was still honest enough, and that's a stand-up guy. He may hate me all he wants. He can shit on me. I don't care. People can actually hate me, and I'm fine with that. But that guy stood up and said, well, wait a minute. Look, I'm an estate attorney. I read through this will, and none of this seems to be true. Of course, I thanked him for that. Thank you. Thank you for being honest. Those people pounced on that poor guy. Absolute assholes. It's all bullshit. Okay, here we go. Remember, Ron answers all the questions. Just ask me a question. I don't want to answer that question since it is an open investigation, but you do seem worried about it. Nope. Just genuinely curious how stupid you are. Do you have a clue who it is? No, God. If I had a clue, Ron, if I knew who it was, I would be ethically obligated to communicate to that person to turn themselves in. Like, I would be I'm obligated ethically to tell people to not violate the law. If someone is sending you death threats, I would definitely tell them to stop immediately, to consult an attorney in their jurisdiction, and to consider turning themselves in. That's my ethical responsibility. You fucking idiot. How many times, how many bogus ethics complaints have you dumbasses sent to me? I have 0 record of ethics violations. 0. None. I'm a goddamn Boy Scout of an attorney, you dipshit. I take my ethical responsibilities absurdly serious. I just happen to know where the lines are because, hello, I'm a fucking attorney, you dimwit. If I had a clue who it was, I would be obligated to tell them to stop. Ron, even not knowing who it is, I have told people never, ever to contact you. I think it'd be funnier if everybody on Earth, including junk mailers, stopped contacting you. That would be the funniest day of my entire life. They should probably stay away because you're an abusive piece of garbage. I don't want people sending you death threats. I just want people to laugh at you for the piece of shit wife beater that you are. For the potential child molester that you are. Remember, Ron, your alleged nephew sent me a goddamn email talking about how you touched him. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if you even have it. Do you have a nephew, Ron? Maybe I'll ask him that at the end of the stream. Do you have a nephew? How many nephews? How many nephews do you have? Because I have a guy who contacted me. Maybe you want to verify if that guy exists, but some guy contacted me and said you touched him. Said he's your nephew. And going over to Weird Uncle Ron's house was a really scary thing for that kid. You a kid diddler, Ron? If you're a kid diddler, I have to advise you to get help. Seek help in Minecraft. Here's the problem. I can't verify if that guy was truthful. I don't know. I don't know who that is. Somebody sends me an email out of the blue. I didn't talk about it. You know why I didn't talk about it, Ron? Let me guess. Couldn't verify the info. I'm going to talk about it now because it's contextually relevant, I suppose. What are you scared of, Ron? What demons are in your past? You like pee-pees? You like pee-pees or sphincters, Ron? What do you like? What do you like? All I know is whomever it is, we will push for prosecution. Do it, FGT. Do it. Prosecute them. I don't care. Somebody who sends you a death threat is my enemy, not my friend. Not at all. Not sure how much money you will have in December. I hope it is at least $15. If not, I can Venmo you. Remember this? Thank you. That's about all you'll be able to afford by Christmas. Not sure. What? Thank you. That's about all you'll be able to afford by Christmas. Let's go back to this morning. It might be. Not sure. Maybe you just don't recall, Ron. Maybe that's what it is. I don't want to answer that question. Ron, you don't answer any questions. This is fine, but you said you would. You're a habitual liar. Look at the walk back on all that big talk about the letters and my supposed capacity to pay for things. Less than 12 hours and you've completely changed your tune. Ron doesn't know how to tell the truth. Not at all. Doesn't know what he's doing. Ask me a question other than that one. Well, I don't care about the other answers. I want to know this one, Ron. Who sent the letters? Who sent them? Tell me your theory. Let's joke it out. Let's have fun figuring out what asshole sent you a death threat. Maybe it was Spirit Jr. I don't know. I don't think Spirit Jr. is from Florida, so probably not him. I think he's from New York or something. Probably not Spirit Jr. Who's in Florida that sent you a death threat? I don't know. I would love to know. Guys, if you're the guy in Florida who sent him a death threat, don't do that. Please. Don't talk to these people. But here's the thing, Ron. It's the internet, and the internet doesn't listen. Because it's the internet. It's a bunch of individuals acting for whatever they want to do. No idea. No idea. Why? What would you like to know? You are obsessed with that topic for some reason, but why? No, Ron, you are the one bringing it up. I didn't mention the letters at all. You did. I'm responding to you. You come out of the blue to talk to me. Never mind. I was going to make a joke, but I'm not going to. I'm completely at your mercy for responding. You will say what you say. I don't have the power to initiate. I haven't lied, period. X to fucking doubt, you retard. My answer is just not one you like. I still provided an answer. I want to know your and your absolutely idiotic lawyer's opinion on who you think sent the letters. I answered. Nope. That is being investigated. That is the answer. Next. That's not an answer. That's not an answer at all, buddy. Now, notice, I didn't respond in 2 minutes. In 2 minutes, I didn't respond. I guess you are spent. Once you catch your breath, let me know. I hope you're not hyperventilating, but if you are, contact a professional, not a YouTuber. 2 minutes. 2. Highland Park is great. Here we go. Good advice for Lemoyne. Wouldn't want him to strain that atrophied lump of bronchial depression. Prove it's being investigated. You're big on receipts. Or explain why you think I'm nervous about it. Or explain why you think I'll be broke by Christmas. Any of those. Any answers. Any answers? Notice I answered him 30 minutes later. Or, well, 40 minutes later. It's almost like I have stuff that's going on. But anyway. How long have you been engaged to Monica, Ron? Thought that was a good question. I don't know if anybody knows the true answer to this. Facebook knows, but I don't know if Ron knows. I know Monica doesn't know. That's the embarrassing thing. I know for a fact Monica has no idea how long she's been engaged to Ron Toye. Because her answer is completely different from his Facebook answer. Anyway. Sure. When I get home, I will provide the contact information for the investigator so you can follow up with them. Remember what he said here. Remember what he said here. I don't recall getting a single goddamn shred of information about the investigator. When he gets home, maybe he's just not home yet. I mean, it was Monday. Texas is advising voluntary quarantines and coming real close to issuing mandatory quarantines. Dallas itself, I think they already issued a lockdown order, but he might not be home yet, so maybe we'll be fair. That way you can hear it from them and not me. That makes that receipt that much sweeter. I would love to talk to that investigator. Ron, hit me up. Give me that contact info. I will call him. I'll record the call. Everything will be fantastic. Go ahead. Please. I want to catch criminals as much as you. We have been engaged for a few years now. I believe we got engaged in 2015. That's 5 years, buddy. But I think it was 2014. And I bet you know that, don't you? That is a while to be engaged. But in that time period, we went through a lawsuit where we sued an apartment complex. That was like in 2015 or 2016. What does a lawsuit have to do? You won. You got a settlement check from that lawsuit, Ron. That should have paid for your wedding outright and then some. We lived in, dude, a black mold. Ron, the racist. Holy shit. Do you see this? Did you guys catch that? If it was white mold, wouldn't have said a damn word about its complexion. Can you believe? Is Ron a Klan member? I don't even know. He apparently hates black mold. What a piece of shit. Bought a house. Does buying a house prevent you from getting married? Can anybody answer this question for me? Does buying a house... Ron is a lender, a mortgage lender who works with and is colleagues with real estate agents. Remember this. His literal profession is selling houses. This asshole can buy a house with probably zero closing costs because his friends will just do the work for him. We bought a house. So, Ron, I bought a house since 2015. I bought a house in 2009 also. Neither of those would have prevented me from getting married. I mean, I've been married for 15 years, so, you know. I got married before I could afford a house. I got married while I was still in college. During college and graduation, I still managed to get married before, you know, between all of that mess. So, there you go. I don't know. Is there a new shirt? Tillip says there's a new shirt. Let's see. Hold on. Oh my God. Hold on. Damn it. Just a second. I'm going to show the shirt in just a second. Here we go. Here it is. This shirt is the Soye. Look, if you guys are interested in the Soye shirt, it's right here. YouTube, Teespring won't let me write anything funny. This is from my channel artist or whatever. Look at that. Look at that. Moobs and all. Remote in hand. Look at that angry little sack of garbage. Here you go. If you guys are interested, you can buy the Soye. Look, maybe your girlfriend's lippy. Maybe she's mouthing off. You buy that Soye shirt. You put that bad boy on. Oh my God. She will listen immediately. Is there a tank top of this? Tilla, can you please add a tank top so I can buy it for Twitch streams? So, I need it. I need that for Twitch streams. So if you, Tillip, can go ahead and throw a tank top up of that, I would really appreciate it. Because I will order one. Post haste. Okay. Anyway, back to the chat. That is the Ron. You can find that. You can find the Teespring store in the links below the video. I think they also, it like scrolls up with some products on the actual video itself, or on your phone or whatever computer, so you can go find those. I'm hoping we'll get a thought top up for it. The original name was going to be Netflix and Kill a Judge's Kid. Oh, okay, that's fantastic. Don't. We can call it that on YouTube. We can't call it that on Teespring. So yeah, if you could please make a tank top for me, I will I might get multiple colors. I might get Lady Rackets one. All right, here we go. We lived in due to black mold, bought a house, got custody of my son, now involved in this lawsuit. My mom battled colon cancer in 2018 and 2019. Again, I got nothing but love for your mom. I hope she did well on the colon cancer. I didn't even read that part of it because I got tired of him listing stuff. What the actual shit does that have to do with you getting married? What on earth has prevented you from getting married? Monica doesn't want to marry you. Monica doesn't want to marry you because you're an angry little dwarf who beats women. She doesn't tell you shit about her past because she doesn't trust you, because you are a ferret with anger management issues and you're a danger and she can smell it on you. Monica won't marry you. That's the reason. Again, Ron, people who hate each other can get married and pull it off. People with no discernible life skills get married. People who would juggle jugs of milk in a grocery store for Vine have gotten married. And you couldn't manage it because Monica won't do it. Says mom had surgery but rejected chemo, now has breast cancer in both breasts, had surgery to remove that, is now doing chemo, and now dealing with appeals. Wait, are you blaming Appeal Chan for your marriage? For your marriage woes? I mean, you just blamed your mom. Don't you want to get married before your mom dies? Like, I hope she's okay. I really do. But she's got a serious bout of health issues, buddy. Get married before that woman dies. Get married to the one relationship you might make work instead of the two you beat into divorce. What the fuck is wrong with you? You put that woman raised you from birth, and what you did was you put her through beating two women into divorce. You respected your mother so much that you went to get relationships with other women and you beat them. They are the representation of your mother in your adult life, and you beat them into divorcing you. Please, dear God, before that poor woman dies, marry someone you haven't punched in the fucking teeth. What is wrong with you? She could have drowned you in a bathtub and she didn't. You owe it to her to not hit some woman you marry. Can you believe these people? Marriage is important, but in our eyes, just a ceremony for her parents, not even his own mom, and an excuse to throw a party. So throw the damn party, Ron. It's just a party, bruh. That means it literally means not go to the courthouse and throw a party. You clearly don't care. Why won't you seal the... Why won't Monica seal the deal? Look, you've got simp stamped all over your forehead in vagina. Of course you're gonna get married. She won't do it, will she? Why? Why not? God, that's embarrassing. So once things calm down, we will have the ceremony. Look, we've had 6 years to do it, and I gave you 4 events that were very specific, but we've had 6 years to do it. But once things calm down, then we'll do it. Sure you will, bro. I'll just wait. over here for that to happen. Can you imagine being this double cuck chimpanzee? Oh my God. Gay and still at large says this 20 is for that rant. Here's to every man that loves their mama. Hey, buddy. My mom's one of the best women on earth. I have to say one of, because I'm married to Lady Rackets. Wumonia Mania says, if you let Ron tongue punch your gooch, he'll finally leave you alone. No, he won't. He'll come back for more, buddy. Fox McLeod says, it's an excuse to throw a poo party. Oh my God. All right, here. The reason I am thinking you'll be out of money by then is a guess that once checks have to be written, it might be when someone looks at the referral you gave and starts to think about the damage you caused and might do something about it. So your theory is that Vic is going to sue me for that referral? Okay. Let's see how that pans out. The transfer of his house, the affidavits that were forged, and the horrible coverage you provided could be an issue. Could it? Is that what Lemoyne's telling you, Ron? It'll be an issue? Okay. We'll work on that theory. That's a guess. Oh, it's a guess. It's certainly not a legal conclusion. But there could be a chance, depending on a few other things, that maybe your involvement in the harassment and coordinated attempts to destroy people will have consequences. Name one, bro. Name one. Name one attempt to destroy anybody. I can name hundreds of instances of me saying, don't do anything. Leave these people alone. Don't bother them. Don't go visit them. Don't talk to them. Don't email them. Don't mail them. Don't do anything. What coordinated attempts? Ron, you are lucky. No one has coordinated an attempt to destroy you. If we spent a moment coordinating, your ass would be in the dirt because you would have David Carradine'd yourself, buddy. No one has coordinated on anything. Maybe to our detriments. Maybe that's the libertarians in us or whatever. You are fortunate that we aren't like you. Because if we were like you, oh my God. I'm not a lawyer or anything. No fucking kidding. You're not anything. I am not saying anything is in motion. Ron, come on. But who knows what could come up? Who knows? Yeah, okay, nothing. Thank you. Thanks, that's all I needed. Sakaki Onsai says, just call this guy Homer because he's a Simpson. Sorry, bad dad joke. That's pretty bad. I think Ron is jealous of Vic's relationship with his mom. Vic's mama is a treasure, and Ron's probably is too. Ron's just a shithead. Help us, Lord. No. Remember, Ron complained about being horrifically abused as a kid. So maybe his mom's not an angel. But that casts doubt on his whole narrative about his mom being the reason that he hasn't done anything, right? If your mom's dealing with colon cancer, but she horrifically abused you and you hate her, well, then what do you care about her colon cancer? But maybe you do care about your mom. And if you do care about your mom, why won't you get married? Why won't you show her before she dies that her legacy is going to live on in someone who... It's not. Jason Alator says, if I was like Ron, I would Minecraft myself twice. Here we go. God, I hope your dead breath idiot told you that negligent referral claim holds water. Oh, please let that be true. And if he told you that the transfer of the house to a trust was a problem, both he and you have the combined IQ lower than room temperature. Probably go to a doctor and make sure you have a pulse. Would you still rather be a cuck with Monica than without her? That's a legitimate question. Legitimate question. But here's the thing, guys. Not only, let's talk about the transfer of a home into a trust in Texas. They keep calling it a fraudulent transfer. First of all, it can't possibly be a fraudulent transfer. It just can't. Why? Okay. If a home is a qualifying homestead, then it is protected in Texas from collection. Period. If you transfer it into a trust that is qualified, it maintains that homestead protection that it already had. Taking a protected property and changing its ownership status into another protected status, which, by the way, is laid out specifically in a Texas statute. There is actually a statute that says if this is a homestead property transferred into a qualifying trust, it remains homesteaded in the trust. Therefore, it was untouchable before the transfer and remains untouchable after the transfer. To be a fraudulent transfer, it would have to go from touchable, which it fucking wasn't because it's a homestead, not a second property, to untouchable. That would make a fraudulent transfer. A regular, non-fraudulent transfer would be one that is for value and permitted, which would be a homesteaded property into a homesteaded property under a qualifying trust. If you don't understand that, or if your lawyer tells you otherwise, he is lying to you for fees and should be reported to the Texas bar. You idiot. You're just too stupid to understand, okay? There's a goddamn law to cover it because you don't lose your homestead protection by merely transferring ownership into a trust or an LLC or whatever you need to for whatever purpose you have. It doesn't exist. I don't know what else to tell you. Oh my God. Look at this. He hasn't suggested anything to me. He's referring to Lemoyne. I saw some stuff on Twitter and looked some stuff up since it seems weird for a licensed professional to engage in the behavior you have. Ron, I don't give up my free speech just because I have a law license, you dumb fuck. Especially considering the marketing aspect of your show and for the GoFundMe. What marketing aspect? You do know that lawyers can advertise in all sorts of ways. Basically, the only thing I can't do is find out that you need help and show up at your damn house. That's about it. I guess I can't call your phone number and say, I heard you need a lawyer, hire me. You know nothing about lawyer marketing. So you feel 100% confident that there is no issue with how you raise funds. No, amazingly, shockingly, to the entire world, I have a freedom of speech and a free association. I can associate with Vic Mignogna. I can raise funds for literally anybody on the damn planet. I can walk door to door. I can knock on doors. I could come to your house and say, hello, sir, would you consider donating to the Vic Mignogna Legal Defense Fund? I can actually do that. I could call you. I could email you. I could spend money doing targeted advertisements that would come to you. I can do all of that. I could rent a plane and fly a banner. I could write it in the sky in smoke. I could bleach it into my own lawn. I can do anything that doesn't literally infringe on someone else's rights because we still live in America, you idiot. 100% confident in how I raised funds prior to getting consent. Shockingly, you know what I can do? I can go door to door collecting dollars, and I can go give it to a homeless guy without his consent and just say, take this, asshole, try not being homeless. What up? Get a job, bruh. I can do that. You can't stop it. No one has to have consent to raise money for someone else, as long as I'm not lying about it. They don't have to take it. They don't have to take it. Then talking a prospective client into using a personal friend of yours and family real estate attorney, knowing that the attorney had zero experience with this type of law. The amount of falsehoods in this statement are insane. You have no idea what I said to Vic. You have never provided a receipt, ever, that I talked Vic into doing anything. You have no idea what experience Ty's law firm has with defamation cases. You have no idea if I did any diligence, much less my due diligence, on asking whether they had any defamation cases. And let's be very clear. In Texas, any licensed attorney is presumptively qualified to take any case for which they are licensed. And in Texas, you are not licensed for any particular area of law. In the federal courts, you can be licensed to the patent bar, which is separate. I am not patent bar licensed. I don't think I can be. I won't take a patent client. I will refer them out 100% of the time. Even if your theory were true, that Ty and Beard Harris, Bullock and Hughes have handled zero defamation matters, ever, they are presumptively qualified to handle a defamation matter. Even if it were true, and I'm not saying it is. But if it were true, they would still be qualified for it. And those discussions would be between Vic and Ty, not me. So good luck. Have fun. I will eagerly await the lawsuit. Ali Radical says patent bar requires an engineering degree, if I recall correctly. It's not an engineering degree, but it is a degree in a hard science. Some hard science. Physics, biology, something like chemistry, those types of things. Because patents often involve detailed and complex scientific paperwork that someone should have some competence in reading. That's the idea behind the patent bar. Not specific. An engineering degree would work as well, but some undergraduate degree in a hard science is required for the patent bar. My undergraduate degree is literature and creative writing, so I don't have a patent bar capable degree. I could go to school and get one. I will not do that. That would ruin everything. Anyway, let's see. using a personal friend of yours and a family estate attorney. Someone I know and someone who has done work for me and people I know in the past. Yeah, absolutely. That's how referrals work, you dumb shit. Let's see. Ron, is there an ethical dilemma with someone who bought a house with you as their real estate agent or their loan officer, referring you as a loan officer to someone they know? Of course not. Would there be an ethical dilemma with Monica referring a loan? Listen, knowing that if it's a woman Monica refers to you, that you might actually hit them with an object. That you, if it's a kid, maybe you'll touch them. I don't know what you do in your spare time. Listen, if Monica refers someone to you, knowing that you are a danger to people around you, is it an ethical dilemma? No, it isn't. Maybe it should be for your case because you're disgusting. But of course not. If Monica believes in you and trusts you and refers people to you, even though you're a piece of shit, you're a liar, you're a woman beater, and you might be a kid diddler, there's no ethical dilemma there, is there, Ron? I don't know. You just did a video on ethics, didn't you? Maybe you asked that or answered that question. I don't know. Yeah, Tillip says, please don't recommend me to anyone to do graphic work. Yeah, guys, if you need graphic work done, I guess I can't recommend you to my artist who does all of my channel art. Guess I can't do that. That would be an ethical compromise in some way. I have no idea. What an idiot. Then that attorney provided you with privileged info. I have zero privileged information. Let me be clear. I have never received privileged information from Ty. Ever. Ron thinks that those depositions are privileged because Ron is mentally handicapped. Those depositions are not privileged. They're not protected by attorney-client privilege. Nothing about them is privileged. You own nothing of that. You are powerless to prevent anybody from giving me that deposition. I do not have privileged information. I'm not an attorney on this case. I don't have a retainer agreement with Vic. Nothing of the sort. So, again, the amount of wrong in this sentence is disturbing. Making outlandish assertions online. None of the assertions I made online are outlandish. Not one. And I would love for Ron to tell me what's outlandish. He never will. Was it that Azumi comment, Ron? Was it that one? Was it the one where Monica, where well, maybe she didn't tell you, where Monica admitted exactly what I said? That one that you threatened me to take it down? By the way, fuck you. Fuck you. Losing the lawsuit in epic fashion. I can't lose the lawsuit. I'm not on it. I wish I was. Having the judge ask if they really did a fraudulent transfer in the middle of litigation. It's because your idiot attorney made an incorrect statement of law that was conclusory. And the judge asked if he really fraudulently transferred. Well, no. No is the answer. Did you fraudulently transfer that? No. Wasn't fraudulent. Wasn't fraudulent at all. Fraudulent affidavits. Nothing fraudulent about the affidavits. Incorrectly notarized? Yeah, clearly. Fraudulent? No. And more. I could go on, but I would like your actual legal argument to overcome each of those massive issues. My legal argument doesn't matter, for one, and two, you wouldn't understand it, buddy. You're an idiot. Chef Koji says, new bet. Vic wins on appeal. Monica, Jamie, and Funny throw Ron under the bus, and suddenly Monica moves out and Lemoyne no longer represents Ron. By the way, Monica and Jamie will then say how abusive Ron always was. Ron, do you trust them? He better hope they win. I tell him that later. I hope you better hope you win. Because the man's in trouble. The man is in trouble. To answer your question about Monica, yes, I would rather be with her than not. Ron would rather be a cuck with Monica. This simp. Ron, if you are watching another man fuck your woman, you're not with her. You're not with her. Stop it. You don't have... If you are watching some dude put it to your girl, you are not with her. You're a simp. Oh my God. Get help. That's not a successful relationship. That relationship is a sham, and you are getting fisted. Probably by the bull as well. Just so we're clear. You are not winning here. That is disgusting. Now the term cuck, as in the way you intend it, isn't my kink. Are you sure? Are you sure? Nothing against those who are into it. No, everything against those who are into it, Ron. Public service announcement. If you are a man in a relationship with a woman and you watch that woman get railed by someone who is not you, get help. You are not in a successful relationship, and she is playing you. It's not a kink, it's a disability. I will kink shame that shit into the dirt. Don't do it. Let's see. Not sure why you and your friends talk about it so much. Ron, you talked about it. You're the one who said it. If you are into it, so what? If you are not, so what? No, if you are into it, so a lot. So a lot. You're not okay. You're not okay. There is nothing. It is never okay to be a cuck. Ever, ever, ever. Listen to Papa Drexel, the man who makes cucks of other men. It is never, ever okay. The woman does not respect you. She doesn't respect you. You are not in a relationship. You're an ATM. She sees you as literally an object to get things, and you are not the thing. Never, ever is it okay to be a cuck. Ever. I find it interesting in your obsession with other men's choices or sexual proclivities, though. You're the one who said it, buddy. And you're the one who will not marry his fiance of 6 damn years. One thing I find interesting is I have given you the opportunity to ask me questions, and you chose to ask questions I would expect from a teenager. Ron, those aren't questions. Those are insults. Would you care to ask an adult-level question? Ron, I'm mocking you. I'm making fun of you. You clearly don't understand what a fraudulent transfer is. That's goddamn amazing. There's nothing fraudulent about the affidavits, just a defective notary. You better hope the appeals court doesn't decide those belong in the case, or Monica will be watching you get fucked for once. Why would I ask an adult-level question to a mind so far from the ability to answer? Listen to this answer. Listen to the disconnect. Listen to the disconnect here. The affidavits help us more than him. I don't care if they are let in. Lol. Lie. lie. Nick, if you believe that there is any chance in hell he wins, you need to voluntarily surrender your license and consider a new career as a painting instructor at Painting with a Twist. You can drink there and it requires 0 talent. Wow. Ripping on Painting with a Twist. Rude. Rude. I believe your answer to my request for an adult level question was Ty's tactic in the deposition. You guys are meant for each other. Hey, thanks. Lol, have you ever remember something that you didn't happen? I'll go with or. This motherfucker thinks he was clever for saying, I'm going to go with or. He thinks that was a good answer. This guy has no idea what he's talking about. How did the we will be in touch go? 17-0. You asserted to the world that he was harassing you by that. You told the entire world you were scared of a man phone calling you. I don't know. How did it go? Probably the funniest thing Ty ever tweeted. Kind of a boomer. The fact that you think your or answer was even mildly clever is indicative of just how uncharismatic and dull you are. Sure, buddy, put your money where your mouth is and have your crack legal team argue for the inclusion of those affidavits. They will only help, right? Do it, pussy. Do it, pussy. Do it. I dare you. You don't care if they're in, right? Not at all. Not at all. Oh my God. Let's see. We've got Felipe Movie says, Nick, if you need someone to hit any woman you know with a remote control, I have the guy. He can also sue people without evidence. Hashtag Renaissance Man. Serenius Akari says, Ron likes being psychologically abused. That's what cucks are. Yes. And that is the end of my gin. That is the end of my gin. Here's the deal, guys. I'm going to read like one more message. We're going to have to do a second Ronversation stream to finish up. We're still on Tuesday. But we'll do it this week. Don't worry. Maybe even Monday. We'll do the finish up of the Ronversation stream. But I'm not going to drag this thing out like 6 hours. Plus, I need to eat. But let's see his response to this. Do it, pussy. The question Ty kept asking is indicative of why Vic should sue you for the horrible referral. So, in the affidavits, you know the fraudulent ones that state Vic used his position for sex, had accusations dating back years, or the one that put Monica in the room? Your legal mind thinks those help Vic? Include them. First of all, Chuck's affidavit. If Chuck's affidavit doesn't help Vic, then maybe Chuck should know that he's a piece of shit. I don't know. Wouldn't it be really interesting? I don't know. I have no information about this, but Ron seems to have information about this. Wouldn't it be really interesting to find out that Chuck submitted an affidavit to support Vic and was apparently working to get back in the good graces of the people who have blacklisted him from the industry? Wouldn't that be fucking interesting? Ron's the guy who said that, not me. Not me. Ron is the guy who said that. Ron, who is on the side, who asserts that he has connections in the industry. You guys think about it. You think real damn hard. Chuck wrote those the initial offer that these pieces of shit have referred to. Chuck wrote that thing about Vic being a sex addict. Remember that. Chuck wrote it. Vic says he has nothing to do with it. Chuck wrote that. Chuck wrote an affidavit supporting, ostensibly supporting Vic, but here Ron is saying that that helped them. And then Chuck is now apparently, according to Ron, trying to get in the good graces of Monica and Jamie and Chris Sabat and all of those guys, right? Why is Ron saying this? I don't know. I have no idea. I didn't think Chuck did that. I didn't think Chuck threw Vic under the bus. Ron seems to think so. Ron is clinically stupid, so maybe he's just wrong. I have no idea. Lol, I will let the lawyers, the ones who have been right the entire time in 17-0, make the decisions versus listening to you, who has the accuracy of an epileptic monkey with a machine gun. Ron, you'd be listening to you. You said they would help you. I don't think they help you at all. You said they would help you. Listen to this weirdo. Those affidavits help us. Then let him in. I'm not going to listen to you. Wait, what? You said they'd help you. This guy is the dumbest person in the room. The dumbest person in any room he's in. All right, guys. I think this is the stopping point. You can see on the scroll bar, we've got plenty left. Plenty left. We will do another show of Ronversations this week, probably Monday. Probably Monday. But I need to take a pause. We will leave it here and we will go on. I will be on Twitch tonight playing through more Doom Eternal, I guess, even though Doom Eternal is kind of weird. I'm not feeling it like I felt. Doom 2016 was really good. Doom Eternal is a little, I don't know. It's lacking the oomph of Doom 2016. So, you know, that's up to you. I got to grab some food. I will be on Twitch in a little bit. Let's read through the chats that exist. And then we'll close out the stream, probably to resume on Monday. Incorrect opinion. Do you guys like Doom? You like the new Doom? It's certainly not bad. I'm just missing the I'm missing the good stuff. It gets better. Thank you. That's what they tell gay kids in high school who are getting bullied. So I'll take it. Oh, check out Vic's GoFundMe. Let's check out Vic's GoFundMe real quick. Thank you, Spectre. Oh my God, I couldn't even spell that. There we go. Here is the GoFundMe for Vic Kicks Back. Don't forget about it, guys. It's right here. We're at $276,855. Someone, Lone Eagle, I think it was, suggested that these knives be, instead of being auctioned, be raffled. And I think that's a great idea. So I'm going to look into the raffle site that will allow the raffling of these knives for the GoFundMe. I don't know if you guys have suggestions on how much a ticket should be. Like $20, right? Right? Like $20. Good, high quality, full tang knives that are sharp, that are cool looking, handmade. I mean, these knives would cost hundreds of dollars a piece. So $20 gets you in the raffle. Is that an acceptable answer? Should it be 30? Should it be 50? I don't know. All of the raffle proceeds will go to Vic's GoFundMe. Give me ideas. I don't know what the price should be. But I think we'll do it as a raffle rather than an auction to maximize. The goal is to maximize contributions to the GoFundMe. That's the deal. 20 seems great. $20 a ticket. You'd go 10 to get more people to come in. Well, I think 20. If you're able to pay 10, you're probably going to pay 20. How long is a blade? Some places have laws on that. This one is certainly short. Like, look at this. This is what 3 inches. It's as long as a finger, something like that. The next one might be 6. I'll get the official measurements. We'll make sure that that we don't have any issues with that. But we'll take it. So, so anyway, that's coming up very soon, probably. Also, in 9 days from now, apparently we should have responses on the appeals court. So, don't forget that. That is coming up. We will cover those as they come in. All right, let's read the chats and then let's call it a night. Mercenary X says, you were so drunk last night you missed both of my Streamlabs donations. To repeat what happened, California may be under lockdown, but I'm allowed because I'm essential working for Instacart doing delivery. I read that chat. Don't you lie about me, buddy. I know I read that chat. I remember reading it. At least gas is under $3 for the first time in decades. I read that. You can't defame me. Flandre Scarlett says, Ron is probably referring to the Yost twins when he references the doxing. The Kiwis figured that out for fun by lip-reading Vic in your stream of Vic's Depot, combined with the shocking lack of cosplay twins in the world. Yeah, they were redacted. That other people figured them out is not my problem. Don't care. Josh said, Ron, quote, I used anger to manipulate and control people. The same anger that made him tweet 2,300 times in 3 months and contact third parties in an attempt to control and manipulate people. Ron has definitely changed and isn't an abuser in denial. Absolutely. Absolutely. Bad Dragonite says, Ronica's relationship isn't like buying a car. It's more like a long-term rental. Oh, shit. Well played. Monica Rial sent oinking noises. Oinking noises. Oh, damn it. I missed this one. Grand Admiral Pepe says, I'm Nick Rekieta, and this is my grift shop. I grift here with my fellow lawyers, Jay Sean Lemoyne, and my apprentice, Ty Beard. Every subscription or super chat has a price. One thing I've learned after 2 years, you never know who will donate to your GoFundMe. That's true. Bad Dragonite says, how dare you bring up Ron saying he wanted to chop up a dog? Way to shame people for expressing interest in other cultures' cuisine, bigot. Look, I just want people to be armed with the truth. Just like Mars Girl, I want her to be armed with her arms. Knight of Hopex says, people like Ron are precisely why we can't allow Democrats to decide what our civil rights are. Monster Girls are best girls says, idea for your next merch idea. The Ron Don't Tickle Me Toye doll. Aww. Aww. Gross. Gross. Next, Mario Carter 13 says, gangster communist Ronversation controls. Some nobody says, I did 5K in crazy pepper spending. Prepper spending. Oh, not pepper. He's not buying crazy peppers. He's buying crazy preppers. Woo. Good luck, buddy. Ray D2 Kill says, how dare you, Boomer, last night's stream. I was so excited to have a lot to listen to while I work, only to be disappointed. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Philip Rep says, I sent an email with a legal question if you don't mind checking it. Same name as my username. Got hit by a car on my bicycle and was found liable. F. You were found liable for getting hit by a car? Oh my God. What did you do wrong? Changus Khan says, quarantine sucks. Just became legal age to drink and all the stores and bars are closed. Screw daddy government. Yes. Screw them. Screw them hard. Screw them in their screw hole. Romeo Garbo says, remember to close the stream tonight, Nikki. I will. I will. James Burnett says, you are the voice of the first half of my work days. Oh, thanks, pal. I am one of the fortunate who are deemed essential, still have work. Thank you so much for what will be out when you read. I'll catch the replay Monday. Oh, good luck, buddy. Hope you, when you see this Monday, I hope you've had a good weekend. Kazimo Ayeo, welcome to paralegal status. Thank you. Some nobody says, we'll never get tired of making fun of Monica pointing at a horse. Emojis. Mike Lombardo says, it's as a Second Amendment fan. If you will, I'm happy to say I bought my first 12 gauge for home protection today. Given what's going on, I feel a lot safer as a result. I'm about to go buy one. White Crow says, I typoed my last message. I was calling Ron an eel, not you. Well, I'm a lawyer. I'm used to being called an eel. Pablo Rodriguez, welcome to super lawyer status. Thanks, buddy. Make sure if you are joining the channel as a super lawyer, you follow the instructions on the community page. I made a post about it to get Discord access. Dragon Fist 9000 says, Nick, doing my term paper on the historical unity of the Bible. Really interesting and fun. Excited to see where it goes. Good to see you, pal. Hey, good to see you too. Good luck with that. It's a interesting topic. Jason of the Great Awakening says, Ron seems a little obsessive. He's an abuser. It's in his DNA to be obsessive. Pessimism with salt for flavor says, apparently a store closed today until Monday after someone entered the store and upon leaving informed staff they had Wu flu. Isn't this illegal? Spreading panic or something? Thanks and great stream. No, you have free speech. You have, this is weird. It's uncomfortable for people. You do not have a right to not contract Wu flu from someone else. And you do have a right to go somewhere even though you have Wu flu. I know it's kind of counterintuitive for people. It's hard to stomach. We make decisions every single minute that put other people at risk. If you've ever gotten in a car to drive, you have put other people's lives in jeopardy. More people's lives in jeopardy than if you walk around with coronavirus. I know it's weird, but it is a thing. You do not have the right to not die from someone else's decisions. You may have the right to be compensated for the damage you receive up to and including death for those decisions, but it depends on the decision. So, there you go. Jason of the Great Awakening says, wait, in Commieland, doesn't this attention from Ron on Nick count as sexual assault? Hold them to their own standards, right? I mean, I feel violated. Blaine 20 says, Ronversations, all remote but no social distancing. The guy from that thing says, I sent you an actual honest email about a potential guest. I did a thing on the internet that wasn't a joke. That's a first for me. I feel gross now. Oh, man, why would you do that? I'll take a look at it, buddy. DCV Titan says, this is also one half of the duo that thinks that contacting Homeland Security is a proper response to people trolling them. These people are the dumbest people on the planet. Last Vandalier, welcome to Super Lawyer status. Thank you for joining. Jason the Great Awakening says, Nick, clearly your latent sexual attraction to Ron is affecting your ability to function. Probably true. Some nobody says Ron needs a father. Moist John says Ron probably believes in business gurus. Oh, I guarantee you he does. Oh my God. Elliot Joubert says, are you sure the car in your analogy isn't a van? No. Brianna says, first time super chat from Johnson County, Kansas. We've just been notified of 30-day lockdown from Corona Chan starting Tuesday. Thanks for keeping us entertained. Godspeed. God bless. Make sure you go out and spread that coof to as many people as possible while you buy your last minute supplies. I hope you don't contract coronavirus during the government instigated panic and crunched interaction hours that you're now going to face. Good luck. Cynic in Chief says, Ronka saw 111-0. His ex is in the wheelchair. F. Jeff the Gamer says, having Asperger's/autism, I can confirm that is one of the issues we have, Nick. And no worries, no offense taken. Hey, thanks, buddy. Thanks for clarifying that. I legit think Ron has no ability to discern what humans are going through. Some nobody says marrying a horse isn't legal. Horse, house, ring. Some nobody says I should say isn't legal yet. Well, you get Chunk yogurt on the plan, or on the plan, and horse marriage will be legal in a hot minute. Derek Bambanek says, as someone familiar with Asperger's, I can say that sometimes reading emotions and social cues is a stretch. First super chat. Hey, thank you. And know that my emotion is elation and joy that you have sent to super chat, and joy to interact with you. Thank you for talking about that. I appreciate it. DCV Titan says you're doing conventions at the same level as Monty. Look, I'm not gonna whip it out and measure. I never thought I'd be at a convention in my entire life, and now I go to a couple a year. That's enough for me. Russell W says, hey, I was upvote number 500. My prize is to smoke a bowl. Hey, look, if it's legal in your state, go for it, buddy. I must advise you that it is probably federally illegal and you should be very cautious. Consult an attorney in your district. Can't you? Mike says, holy crap, let me buy ammo. Normies. Ah! Matt Schrodinger says, X to doubt you are asterisk, 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 asterisk D. Hell of a thing to walk in on. If Ron were any less of a beta, he might actually flag you for that. X to doubt he would, though. Ed Devi says, what's your favorite whiskey you've ever had? Favorite whiskey ever? Let me think. It's this one. I'll show you. I don't have any left. This was a special box. This is not a cheap whiskey, but it's not the most expensive whiskey I've ever had either, or the most expensive bottle I've bought. But this is a 25-year Dalwhinnie. Okay. It is cask strength. It is like 50% alcohol, 49.5 bottle. But it tastes, I mean, it is smooth like juice. There you go. That's what it looks like. Almost dropped. This was like $550. It was a very special occasion bottle for Lady Rackets' birthday, as well as celebrating $500 a month on Patreon. So we bought it, reviewed it for the stream. That would have been a long time ago. But it was really great whiskey. I wish I had more of it, but it is pretty pricey. It's not, again, the average bottle of whiskey I buy is about 50 to 70 bucks. That was a very rare occasion. So, all right. Oh, going back to Ed Devi says, mine would be Van Winkle, Lot B, 12, Lot B, 12-year bourbon whiskey with Stag Senior as a good second. Look, that Van Winkle Lot B might cost more than that, more per bottle than that Dalwhinnie. So I've never had Pappy. I would love to have a glass of Pappy. It's pretty tough to do. Chemtrail Mix says, today is my birthday, Nick. I'm now 33. Celebrating with some Johnny Walker Black Label. Hoping my province won't get steamrolled by Corona-chan. Peace. Hey, I'm at my limit today, but peace to you, buddy. Happy birthday. The DCV Titan says, well, 2 minutes is infinitely longer than he's had intercourse. So it must be like an eternity to him. Also, sip if Ron is a lying sack of dicks. Well, I'll sip this. Christopher French says, next Saturday is my 21st birthday and I need to know what is good whiskey bourbon for such a day. Listen, it's your 21st birthday. Don't go with anything expensive. Buy Basil Hayden's bourbon. It's modestly priced, somewhere around 45 bucks a bottle. It is delicious. It is smooth. It'll introduce you to bourbon. It's a great birthday whiskey, and you can drink a whole lot of it without feeling bad about what you paid. That's what I would buy. If I was turning 21, I would buy Basil Hayden's bourbon. Next, Malik Foxon says, yo, dog, I heard you like wife beaters, so we put a wife beater on your wife beater. Dang YouTube censors. I heard that the wife beater is now up on the Teespring store. Go get it, guys. Go get it. Mario Carter 13 says, Ron, that Boye is orally fixated on my junior Toye. The DCV Titan says, forged affidavits. He didn't say forged, he said fraudulent. And the affidavits, as we know, as Ty mentioned in court, were improperly notarized. That does not mean that they were forged. That does not mean that the people who made the affidavits went back on them. In fact, all of the people who made the affidavits subsequently signed unsworn declarations that were substantially identical to the affidavits that they signed. So it's a stupid talking point. An annoying issue from Ty, absolutely. But at the end of the day, shouldn't be an issue for the court. Will be an issue on appeal. We'll see what happens with it. Changus Khan says, Ronald, please don't stop projecting onto Nick and Vic. I want the hard crash of karma to diddle you hard down under. Mario Carter 13 says, Homestead statute is Ram Ranch versus Texas. Siren Jag says, hang on, I'm going to need to spend a proficiency slot to learn R.E.T.A.R.D.E.D as a language in order to understand Ron. Yes. Yes. DeBroly, did I miss yours? DeBroly, I don't see a $20 super chat. I'm looking at the $20 super chats and not seeing it yet. Tell me where I missed it, buddy. Tell me where I missed it. Next. Paulio64 says, may I suggest getting Masterson on sometime? Whenever Dick is on, I am happy. I love having Dick on my show. I love having Dick. Love Dick. It's always great when he comes on. Guy seems to be bored and losing it with the quarantine. Give me that double libertarian stream. Yeah, I am I'm thinking about reaching out to Dick actually to have him on the show because of what's going on. He and I both had similar positions on the kill stream, and those positions are coming to fruition right now. So interesting. I will certainly consider having him on the show. TLJ Screwjob says, hold on. I not Dr. Broly. Oh, maybe I screwed up. Hold on. Dr. Broly. Where are we? Dr. Broly, I found it. I misspelled. Sorry. My bad. Dr. Broly says, hypothetically, if the defenders are threatening an affiant, in this instance, Chuck, is there any legal liability or repercussions for that? There could be. Look, if they're tampering with witnesses, that's a felony. I don't know that they are. And the elements of tampering with witnesses would be a mess to prove. But if there was something that they were doing, it could be pretty bad. The fact that he's talking about it now is a little concerning. Pret says, can't wait to learn how not to be a decent human being from Ron. Cheers, chat, and Nick. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Sorry if I missed those two. All right. Let's see. Where were we? Where were we? We were somewhere like here. Okay, just read Paulio. Thank you, Dr. Broly. Sorry, it was my fault. I wrote your name. I searched for your name as Da Broly instead of Dr. Broly. That's my issue, not yours. My tyranny has rubbed off. TLJ Screwjob says, as Lamoini, Monica Real. What? Oh, Monica. My bad. DCV Titan says, never be the cuck, be the bull. Icy Mind Zero says, take it from a former cuck, Ron. You need help. Oh, damn. Icy Mind. Hey, Icy Mind Zero. As a former cuck, I'm trying to get Drexel on this coming week. I am. Once, if not twice. All depends on his scheduling. If I can get him on, are you interested in popping in to talk about your cuckery? As a recovered cuck. That'd be interesting. Hildred Castaigne says, site.case.law FRD 151537. What is this? I'm going to check it. Tyler versus Carter. Oh, this case. Yes. I know what case this is, Hildred. I will take a look at it. This is a case with some wild assertions about a lot of sitting government people and former government people. I'll take a look at it. Yes, Tyler versus Carter et al. Genghis Khan says Ron is simping close to Russell Greer levels. Oh, gross. Oh, gross. Where do we go? Perception Check says, at this point, who do you think is dumber, Ron or Shane? It's an unanswerable question. It's a paradox. Because if one does something dumber, the other one must one-up them. Sage Emerald says, Doom Eternal starts slow because story gets insane. It's like a good whiskey or sex. Needs a little foreplay. Can't spoil it. Well, we'll see how that goes. Super Alfredo 64 says, let us pray the pimp's prayer for Ron. Lord, please pray for the soul of this bitch and guide my pimp hand and make it strong, Lord, so that she might learn a hoe's place. Amen. Stacy Dealman says, as someone with epilepsy, I don't think Ron should be bringing it up in conversations like he did. It's a serious condition. Look, Ron is a terrible human. No one important says, need to watch stream later, but thank you, Nick, for showing us these conversations. They're a light in these dark times and makes me feel better about myself. Lakota 1 says, been out riding side by sides and drinking with friends all night. Do I have the beer flu? Yeah, you probably have murdered 2,600 people. Nova says, by chance, would you ever do a top 10 whiskey list of your personals? Been searching for new kinds. Yeah, sure. I'll probably throw that up on my secondary channel. I'm going to try and film the first video tomorrow for my secondary channel, but it's a different kind of video than I normally do. So I've got to try and figure out and get the feel for it, but I'm going to try and do that tomorrow. Christopher French says, thanks, man. You're the best. Hey, you're welcome. DCV Titan says he did say forged at one point. Okay, I believe you. RW Bimby says, Ron did say forged affidavit at least once. That's because he's listening to Law Twitter, and those people are frankly stupid. Mario Carter 13 says, I love reaching out to Dick. Quote, rackets. Liquid Steel 3190 says, I think you missed my $25 super chat. Really? I am so sorry if I did. Oh my God, I did. Liquid Steel 3190. Failing today. Just an abject failure. I feel like Ron. Been watching for a long time, and this is my first donation for your whiskey funds. Hey, thanks, buddy. Sorry I screwed it up. Legitimately apologizing for ruining your first donation. Oh my God, not a good way to get a customer in the door. Also, Soye would actually have to have friends to waive the closing fee. Oh, rip. R.I.P. R.I.P. And there are a couple more justice chats that have come in since we finished, and I will read those right now. Kay says, moving to Charlotte for a new job next month. Here's hoping the coof doesn't kill my job before it even begins. That's the thing. Mortgage rates have plummeted. I think the Fed interest rate plummeted, so I assume mortgage rates went down. But no one's moving anywhere, and I got a house to sell. Oh my God, the government is ruining my life. Mercenary X says, I've got asked Borders autism, and it's high functioning, and can confirm as well that it's difficult. Also, empathy is reduced, but it's not sociopathic levels, thank God. Well, as more people die from Corona Chan, you may be hoping for those sociopathic tendencies. The lawyers have sociopath bred into them, right? That's part of law school, is we get sociopathy just drilled into our heads with the giant penis. Tay says, surprised to hear you say you're not liking Doom Eternal as much as Doom 2016. The narrative is admittedly weird, but they added so many movement options, new tools, and better weapons that I can't even think about going back to 2016. It also looks great. Counterpoints. I haven't gotten the new weapons really that are really stand out. 2, I don't think it looks that great. I think it looks a little cartoony, and I'm not the biggest fan. That said, I'm reserving my judgment. Name says it's looking more and more like the Tower of Babel by the day. Have a read of that story, chat. This isn't the apocalypse, more of a gentle shove. The DCV Titan says, advertise house as remote, secluded, and safe. Come on, no. How dare you? How dare you? All right, guys, let's go ahead and unmute and hit this outro harder than Ron Toye hits his women. Thank you for joining me tonight. It's always a pleasure. I love the Ronversation shows. I hope you guys love the Ronversation shows. We will have more Corona shows in the coming week. Hopefully Drexel will be able to join. We're going to have a good time, guys. I'm going to put together some good content for you. I hate being locked down. I'm guessing many of you hate being locked down. And I was going to say something, but I can't. About like going out and violating. Don't violate the quarantine or whatever. Blaine20 says, just ordered Highland Park 12. Giggity. Tell me how it is, buddy. I've never had the 12. Only the 18 and 30. And they're both very good. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. Watch Twitter and the YouTubes for show announcements. I hope you have a good night. Come hang out on Twitch. I'm gonna go make some food. I'll be back in just a minute. Liquid Steel 3190 says, on the contrary, you made my first chat even more entertaining. Coffee cheers to you and yours. Stay safe. Hey, you too, buddy. Nobody get coofed on. Everybody have a good night. Peace. Peace. To the hills of Glenlivet, there's no one who explains the law better than Nick. So pour out a glass for the ones who have passed to make the law what we have now. Oh, the guests are all planet folks from Doug T to Drexel. They bring their perspective and spice to the mix. But the reason we're here and the one that we cheer is the one who is showcasing us his career. Get unemployed, so pour out a glass for the tea. Post on Twitter as we hear Lost Planning tonight. From the white shores of Nan to the hills of Glenlivet, there's no one who explains the law better than Nick. So pour out a glass for the ones who have passed to make the law what we have now.